we're going to do some Mexican food. We're going to do enchiladas. Yeah, so hang around because it's going to be fun. All right, let me put this over here so we can see. Alrighty. We're going to give them another minute to pop on. Yes, good stuff. So this is going to be fun because I have made enchiladas before, but I've never made mole. And mole is a Mexican sauce. Sorry. Let me just make sure I'm not shutting into my food. Mole, it reads as mole, but it's pronounced mole. And it's really interesting. The aroma of it is really nice. I'm going to tell you what's in it. Organic coconut palm sugar, oat flour, cornstarch, tomato powder, onion, organic cocoa, tamarind, sea salt, ancho peppers, roasted garlic, spices, and chipotle chili powder. So I'm pretty excited for the flavor. I haven't tasted it yet. Let me just check and see who else is here. Hi, Teresa. All right, very nice. Okay. So actually, before I actually get cooking, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Lori Cloudsdale, and I've been an Epicure consultant for almost 11 years. I love sharing the Epicure products and the business opportunities as well. So today we're going to do Mexican. We're going to do enchiladas. We have 2 sauces to make. Everything's going to be made in the microwave. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the mole sauce first. And it looks so nice. So it's meant that you can drizzle it over nachos, over tacos. What else does it say? Burrito. Pretty much anything. So if you're doing a beautiful little taco and you're like for chicken, shredded chicken or shredded beef, or I don't know if it would work with shrimp. We're going to find out at another time when I make some shrimp tacos. But the scent of it, what I've done, the reason I have it open already is because I'm only doing a half portion of each. Okay? So this has 1 cup and I think it's 1/6 of water. And I realized that I didn't bring my vegetable broth. So let me get a scoop of that. Do I have my spoon here? I'm just going to put a teaspoon. It actually calls for, you can use water or broth. So I've only got about a cup and a bit there. So I'm going to do 1 teaspoon of broth. Let me just grab that. So of course Epicure has their own broth too. We have some awesome broths. We have vegetable, miso, ramen, and the Nourish broth is actually chicken broth. So let me just make sure, I don't want to mix them up. This calls for water or broth, so I'm going to add that. I'm going to add the vegetable broth. And I've got a teaspoon only of peanut butter in here. Because apparently when you make mole, it's like a mixture of beautiful warm spices, nut butter. You can use peanut butter. In this case I am, but you can use almond. You can use pumpkin seed butter. Mexicans use a lot of pumpkin seeds in their food. They're called pepitas in Spanish. It also calls for a little bit of sesame oil at the end, but I'm going to leave that out just as a personal preference. Yeah, so it says suggestions are to pour warm sauce over cooked chicken and garnish with toasted sesame seeds. Well, I'm down for that because I love sesame seeds. Okay, so we're going to put this in the microwave. I'm going to mix in my powder that came out of that package. There it is. I wish you could smell it because it just smells so nice. And I'm just going to whisk it up a little bit because I'm going to put it in the microwave. How long does it say? All the instructions are always on the back. Calls for uncovered on high for 3 minutes, but I'm worried that because I have only half the amount of liquid in here, that I'm not going to put it in that long. I'm going to do 1.5 minutes to start and check it. And then we'll get busy putting together our enchilada sauce. So I'm going to put it in the microwave. Here we go. So quick all this. It's very exciting because at the end you put a little bit of chocolate in it, even though it already has cocoa in it. And that's apparently like the thing, they put like a dark chocolate, rich dark chocolate in this sauce. So we're going to get busy on the enchilada sauce. And I love this sauce because I made it so many ways. I just love it. Same thing, I'm only doing a half measure. So I already measured it out into my bowl. And how much water does it call for? We're doing a half portion, so it calls for 1.5 cups of water. So I'm going to put 3/4 cup. Let me know who's here. I don't know still if I have the same Teresa and Colleen, but I'm using my prep bowls as measuring bowls, and they have the measuring on the side, and they also have a beautiful aubergine silicone lid. So these are great for leftovers when you do tacos, to put all your different toppings. I use it all the time for leftover sauces and stuff. When it's full, it holds a full cup. So I'm going to put, I think I said 3/4. Yes. So I'm going to go measuring 3/4. Okay. Very good. Also, it calls for tomato paste, but I'm not putting tomato paste because I'm not a fan. Once again, I have some tomato sauce in here, and it calls for, I have 3 tablespoons. I think it calls for that. Let me see. It calls for 3 tablespoons, and that is 3 tablespoons. I'm realizing now I probably should not put the whole thing. Or actually, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. I don't like measuring anyway, so there we go. Let's go with that. And I want a different whisk because they're different flavors. Here we go. Grabbing my mini whisk, also Epicure. My spice spoon 4-in-1, as always. Tablespoon, teaspoon, half teaspoon, and half of that is 1/4. There's actually a line on it to show you. So this is indispensable. So let's mix this up. What else do we want in here? So this says to put it on high for 2 minutes until it's thickened. And again, this is a half portion. I'm going to do it 1.5 minutes. And that smells gorgeous as well. I did meatballs with this sauce, by the way, one time. I put some of the seasoning in the meatballs, and then I made up the sauce and poured it over. It was delicious. Watch out, Gracie. There we go. Now we've got our mole. I'm going to give it a whisk. Looks very interesting to me, I must say. Oh, it's gotten nice and thick. Oh, that's really nice. Smells gorgeous. I believe it calls for I think this is the one that calls for the sesame oil, but I'm not going to. I'm just going, it only calls for like half an ounce of, how much is in this? Well, it says 42 grams. I'm just going to open up the package. I don't think that I want a whole pile of chocolate in there, so I'm just going to break off a piece. I'm going to put, I'm going to put 2 squares. How about that? Just break it up, put it in there and let it melt. I've got to say, it's a very interesting smell. Very nice scent. Not smell, that's not a good word for food. Okay. I'm doing black beans as well, so I need some of those. And I'm just going to get my black beans, which I've rinsed and drained. And I don't want it to drip everywhere. So let me put it in here. Alright, here's my black beans, because that's going to happen next. Let me go grab our enchilada sauce out of the microwave. Oh. I really like this enchilada sauce. I would not be against doing a pulled chicken or pulled pork with this sauce. I love it. I'm going to put it on a little bit because it's a little bit thin. So I'm going to add it. It could be because I put tomato sauce instead of tomato paste. I'm going to put it in for another 30 seconds. Okay, so now, when you make enchiladas, of course you don't have to use black beans. You can use ground beef, ground chicken, proper shredded chicken, whatever you like, but I'm doing it vegetarian. So I've got a can of black beans that I rinsed and drained. So I'm going to pop it into my round steamer, my workhorse in the kitchen. Aroma. Yes, I like that word, aroma. So now ordinarily it says to take your black beans, put them in the steamer, and you add half cup of the sauce. I don't need a half cup because I've only got one. The recipe actually calls for 2 cans. You can also do a combination, right, of meat and beans. And you don't have to use black beans. Pinto beans are delicious in Mexican food. Go ahead and do that. I'm going to go get my sauce because we're going to put some of the sauce in the beans. Yep, the aroma is gorgeous. Beautiful. My enchilada sauce has thickened up. Just gorgeous. I always feel like that Italian lady on TikTok. Just gorgeous. There we go. I watch too much TikTok, clearly. Okay, so let us add a bit of, you know what I'm going to do? Before I do that, I want to tell you, I am actually going to add also some of my guacamole dip mix to my beans. I'll tell you why. The other day I did a sheet pan dinner and I added some guacamole and some extra garlic to my beans, and then I just put the beans on the sheet pan for the last 5-10 minutes to go with all the other veggies, and oh my goodness, it was so good. So don't be shy to mix and match. I'm going to add a couple teaspoons of my guacamole mix to my beans. Same thing if you were doing meat, you could do the same. Poco picante, that would work too. No problemo. Alright, so I am going to pour a little bit. Let me get rid of them. There we go. Get rid of that out of my way. I'm going to pour enough in here. I just want to measure for you guys. Alright, let me get rid of that. I'm using my 3-in-1 spatula, also one of my favorite tools. So how much have I got here? I've got about a 1/4 cup. So I'm going to add that to my black beans. We're going to give it all a stir. And I'm just going to heat up my black beans. That's going to reconstitute all those dehydrated spices and deliciousness that I put in there from the guacamole. Just going to put the lid on. And I'm just going to put it in there for 2 minutes. And then I'm going to take it out. I'm going to coarsely mash it, so that it's a little bit spreadable when you're doing the enchilada, so that it doesn't just like fall out when you're eating it. I'm going to put it in for 2 minutes. There we go. Okay, beautiful. So we've got our enchilada sauce. What I have here, and this is what I'm going to do my enchiladas in, I'm only going to make 2, so it will fit perfectly in my rectangular steamer. So I'm going to put it in there once I roll them up. And let me grab my tortillas. I'm going to use, I have the large ones. I'm hoping they fit okay. Usually I use the medium ones for the steamers. Get that out of the way. So, all right, let me just put that aside. We're going to bring out put these away, out of our way. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. I'm loving that sunshine out there. Even if it's cold, it's beautiful. Now what I would ordinarily do, actually I'm going to do that. I have some cheese that I'm going to grate. You need some cheese in your enchiladas for sure. And where are my scissors? I need this, and I need this. Do I have my scissors on the... Oh, I see them. Okay. So here's my cheese. I'll get my little box, my little grater prepared. Normally when I use grated cheese I have it done ahead, but it didn't get done this time. Oh yes, let's put this aside because we're going to bring out our beans. Now, it would be the same if I was doing ground beef or anything. I would still put it in there to cook it with the sauce and with the seasoning. So, there we are. Looks quite lovely. Let me grab my other... There we go. Let's mash it up a little bit. I'm going to get my meat separator. I think that it's over here. I do believe. Yep, found it. So obviously the meat separator is awesome for any kind of mashing, and I don't want the mush, right? I just want a little bit of this is when you're pissed off and you just want to get some aggression out, you know? Great way to release some stress. Who else is here? Charlene. Oh, hi Char. Welcome. So I have the mystery host going on. I'm going to close the class tonight. So if there's anything you'd like, please go ahead. I put the link in the group. It's not quite qualified yet, so we need a few more orders. But I made something special. I'm adding a little surprise to it. Not just the host rewards, but I'm also going to be giving away one of the packages of that beautiful chocolate velvet cheesecake. So somebody's going to win that. You place an order, you get your name in. Awesome. That looks pretty good. I'm just going to clean this off, set it aside. set it aside there. Mix this up now. This smells very nice. It's a little bit more. Let me just let you see what it looks like. There we go. So there's that. I want to put the mole over here because mole, not moly, mole. Put it over there because that's not going to be used till later. All right, so there's my beans ready. Very good. We're going to do a little bit of cheese in here. I'm using some marble. I want something that's going to be nice and melty. Clearly. Gracie is right at my feet because she knows the cheese is out. Right? Oh my goodness, the cheeses. The almighty cheeses. Let's just break this off. I don't need a whole ton. So, any questions? Put them in the comments. I'd love to hear what you've been up to, what you're making tonight for dinner, what you might be making for tomorrow's dinner. Usually I do these classes on Sundays, but I did it tonight because I messed up the date. I thought February 5th was tomorrow, and it is not. It is today. So I have to close that cooking class tonight. So, and if you want to get in on a group order, I have a group order. It will be delivered to me. You just pick up. Saves a little bit on the shipping. Yes. If you have a friend that you don't live local and you have a friend that might want something, get in touch with them. We can do a shared order to you for any 2 or more people. As long as there's at least 2, you can do a shared order and share the shipping. So there's that. And of course we have our amazing Rewind products this month for February. The chocolate velvet cheesecake, the Belgian chocolate morsels, which are, if you're a chocolate lover, they are divine. And they're amazing for baking as well. And the Paris Bistro. And Paris Bistro is a beautiful that you can make with a sauce or just use it as a seasoning. I mean, it makes great garlic butter as well, because it's a lot of garlic and parsley and a couple of other things. But it was super popular, and even the people that are like realizing that it's available this month are going cuckoo and ordering like a dozen, because once it's gone again for goodness knows when or how long. So there's that. So there's my cheese. All right. From this. Now I'm going to do my enchilada. So I'm going to add some really simple I actually would have loved to have had some beef in here, some ground beef, but I don't have any. So you got to make what you got. I would love chicken in here too. I don't want to put too much. It's quite filling. And I'm just going to add a little. Now, I've already got some of the sauce in there, so you know that's flavored. I'm going to add some of the cheese onto my enchilada. Super easy. I hope that you can see it. Let me see. Oh yeah, you can. Okay, so I'm just going to, this is from my sushi rolling days, so I always go farther and just pull it back to compact it a bit. Press it down. I don't close the ends, but I like to make it pretty compact. You can make it thicker if you want, like more stuff in it, but I am not going to. And I'm going to set it in my, oh, it's going to work out fine. Actually, you know what? Like lasagna, I'm going to add a little bit of my enchilada sauce in the bottom. Just a little. Just to give it a little bed. Stir it around. And these work out perfectly being microwaved, or you can put them in the oven. What's going to happen is, these ones I'm going to do in the microwave, but, and seam side down as well, that's another trick. and let's do the second one so that I can show you. I am going to do the second one, and then I am going to put this in the microwave. So actually, by the time I'm finished chatting with you, they'll be ready. And these are like, black beans are like a perfect source of iron and all kinds of vitamins and protein. They're a perfect protein. Love them. Great. Add some cheese. Now, if you wanted to, you could certainly add a little salsa on top of there if you want, or when you're eating it, of course, you can use the salsa as a side. Okay, once again, move it out of the way so you can see. I kind of like pull it back a little bit and then roll it, flatten it a little bit. These are big, like I said, big tortillas. So let me just put that in there. And now those are in their little bed, snug as a bug. I'm going to put some more sauce on top. You can put these in the oven, of course. You can put it in a baking dish, or you can even put this, the steamers go in the oven as well, as you know. Oh, it smells gorgeous. I'm not filling it full of sauce. I just want a bit like that. Okay, let me just check. Top of the remaining sauce, and then some cheese. Cover 6 to 8 minutes. It's not going to take that long because it's only 2, so I am going to put some cheese though. I'm going to put it for 4 minutes. 3.5 minutes. I don't want to overcook it, but I want it to be nice. So then I'm going to pull it out and show you what we're going to do with the mole. I would be super stoked to have some shredded chicken right now. Maybe next time for another cooking class. All right, put the lid on and put it in there. I'm going to put it 3.5 minutes. There we go. Perfect. Perfecto. That sauce is so nice. The aroma in this house is divine. So what have we got here? We got Shelly. You know what, Shelly? No, they never go bad. They never go bad. Well, when they're not opened, absolutely they will pretty much retain any flavor and so forth in them. Once opened, yes, over years, they will lose some of their oomph, so to speak. But no, they don't really go bad. The only ones that you want to be careful with are like the red pepper jelly, because I mean, when it's not opened, it's fine. But once it's been opened, you want to use it up. You don't want to leave it too long. So there's that. So yeah, so let's recap. We made the mole in minutes. Yes, and by the way, Shelly, you'll have to go back because I made the mole in the beginning. And oh my goodness, I love the smell in here. I love the aroma of this. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the chocolate and the cocoa. You know what? It might be the tamarind. I love the smell of tamarind. Tamarind is, it kind of looks like a date, but it's not sweet. It's used a lot in Indian cooking. Yeah. So let's go through what's in mole. Organic coconut palm sugar, oat flour, cornstarch, that's the thickening agents. Tomato powder, onion, organic cocoa, tamarind, sea salt, ancho pepper, roasted garlic, spices, and chipotle chili. And I don't know if it's spicy. Let me get a spoon. How about we do that? Let's get a couple of spoons. Because I'll try the enchilada for you as well, because it's been a while, so I don't remember. So let's try the enchilada sauce. It's got a little bite. but not a lot. It's not like, oh, burn my mouth off. And I know I have an iron mouth. I eat spice all the time. So, but it's just a nice warm flavor. So let's get that mole, which absolutely intrigues me because it's got that peanut butter in there. I'm not adding anything else. It says to add a little bit of sesame oil, but I'm not going to do it. Let's try that mole. That's really good. Also not super spicy. It's got a little more kick than the enchilada. I like that. That's going to be, you know, a taco. Shredded chicken taco with all the veggies on top, the lettuce and tomato and cheese, and then a little drizzle of this. Yes, that tastes really good. Let me move this out of the way. Gracie, I drop cheese for her every single time. So let's grab those enchiladas and see what we got. Oh, friends. It's hot, so be careful when you always lift the lid away from you when you lift it. And I always lift it in the microwave away from me so that it lets off some of the steam, because when you pick it up, if it just pops up, you're liable to get hurt. So, oh my goodness. Look how good that looks. Yum. I'm going to plate it up and have a taste for you. Let me get this out of the way. Hopefully that this is going to work for me. I'm hoping that my Epicure silicone knife will go through it fine. I need a fork. So let's get a fork and a spoon over there. Let me see if I can cut it in half. You know what, guys? I hate cutting this because I want to take a picture of it. Let me see if I can get a okay, let's see if that'll work. Screenshot is what, the word's not screenshot. I don't remember what it is. Anyway, it's to be able to get a shot, a clear shot, and not that you can, yeah, so that you can take a screenshot and it's not fuzzy. This is absolutely perfect. I mean, look at that. Yum. Tortillas all got that gorgeous enchilada sauce on it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drizzle a little of the mole. I think you could add a little more water to this because it's quite thick. I'm like surprised. I'm really curious of the flavor profile with the beans. And I'm also going to add a little bit more because I'm a saucy wench. A little more of the enchilada. Come to mama. Alright, so there, I'm going to take a taste of it for you. Let's get this party, get this party started. I don't want to take too big of a bite or I'll be chewing for days. All right. Silicone knife for use in all your silicone. Perfect. You saw how easily it went through it. Want to take a bite? All right, let's try it. Mmm. I love it. I love it. Just getting a napkin for my mouth. Mmm. Yes. Yes, I want this with beef. I want this with chicken. Mm-hmm. Pork. Totally with pork too, if you eat pork. Mmm. If you want the edges to get like a little crispy, you're going to want to put it in the oven. But it makes it, oh, the flavors are so good. Come on now. Come on now, guys. You got to try this. You know what? I would add some of this to my chili. Totally. Absolutely add this. Very good. All right, guys. That's it. We had a little Mexican meal. Thanks for watching. Don't forget about the mystery host. Hosting this month is Primo. Once you get to a $500 class in sales, you get double dollars. So think about $150 shopping spree and 3 half-price items, plus the exclusive, which is the beautiful stainless steel bowls with the rubber bottom and that gorgeous large whisk. Whisk me away. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. Stay safe, stay warm, and if you're out shoveling, take your time and don't hurt yourself. All right, guys. Thanks for everything. See you soon.